Every year, millions of people promise themselves they'll finally stick to a budget, yet, just a few weeks later, they find themselves overspending, feeling frustrated and wondering why budgeting never seems to work for them. The truth is that most budgets don't fail because people are lazy or bad with money. They fail because they're built around unrealistic expectations instead of real human behavior. Think about how many times you've created the perfect budget, planned every dollar down to the last cent, and genuinely believed this month would be different, only to abandon the entire plan after one unexpected expense or impulse purchase. The biggest mistake people make is treating a budget like a financial prison instead of a financial plan, filling it with impossible rules that leave no room for enjoyment, flexibility, or the unexpected events that life always brings. When your budget tells you that you can never eat out, never buy anything fun, and never spend money on yourself, it isn't creating discipline, it's creating frustration, and frustration almost always leads to giving up completely. Another reason budgets fail is that people focus entirely on cutting expenses while ignoring the bigger picture, believing they can save their way to wealth even though there's a limit to how much anyone can reduce their spending. Financial success isn't just about spending less, it's also about earning more, investing wisely, and making sure every dollar has a purpose instead of disappearing without adding real value to your life. One of the most common budgeting mistakes is forgetting about irregular expenses because people only plan for monthly bills while ignoring birthdays, holidays, vacations, annual insurance payments, home repairs, car maintenance, and countless other costs that are guaranteed to happen eventually. When those expenses suddenly appear, the entire budget falls apart because there was never any money set aside for them, forcing people to rely on credit cards or abandon their financial plan altogether. Another major problem is budgeting based on your best month instead of your average month, because many people create spending plans assuming they'll always earn overtime, receive bonuses, or avoid unexpected expenses, making their budget impossible to maintain consistently. Emotional spending is another silent reason most budgets fail because money decisions are rarely driven by logic alone, and stress, boredom, excitement, loneliness, or even celebration can quickly lead to purchases that weren't part of the original plan. Companies understand this better than anyone, using limited time offers, emotional advertising, and constant discounts to encourage impulse buying, making it incredibly difficult to follow a rigid budget without developing better spending habits. Perhaps the biggest reason people quit budgeting is perfectionism because they believe one mistake means the entire month has been ruined. So, after one expensive weekend or one unexpected purchase, they completely abandon the plan instead of simply getting back on track. Successful budgeting isn't about being perfect every single day, it's about being consistent over months and years, understanding that occasional mistakes won't destroy your financial future as long as you continue making smart decisions most of the time. The people who succeed with money don't have perfect budgets, they have realistic systems that fit their lifestyle, allowing them to enjoy life today while still saving and investing consistently for tomorrow. So what actually works if traditional budgeting keeps failing? The answer is surprisingly simple. Stop trying to control every single dollar and start building a financial system that works automatically, because systems will always outperform willpower in the long run. One of the most effective strategies is paying yourself first, which means automatically transferring money into your savings and investment accounts the moment your paycheck arrives instead of waiting until the end of the month to save whatever happens to be left. This single habit completely changes the way you manage money because you're no longer hoping to save, you've already saved before you even have the chance to spend it. Another strategy that works is creating flexible spending categories instead of unrealistic daily limits, allowing yourself to enjoy restaurants, entertainment, hobbies, or shopping without feeling guilty as long as those expenses stay within a reasonable monthly amount. The goal isn't to eliminate spending, it's to spend intentionally, making sure your money goes toward the things that genuinely improve your life instead of disappearing through mindless purchases you barely remember a week later. Many financially successful people also use the 80-20 approach, focusing their attention on the few spending habits that have the biggest impact rather than stressing over every small purchase they make throughout the month. For example, reducing an expensive car payment, Lowering housing costs or eliminating high-interest debt will usually improve your finances far more than skipping an occasional cup of coffee. Yet many people obsess over the small expenses while ignoring the ones that matter most. Another habit that actually works is reviewing your finances once a week instead of once a year, because small problems are much easier to fix before they become major financial setbacks that take months to recover from. During these weekly check-ins, successful people review their spending, track their savings, monitor investments, and adjust their budget whenever necessary, making financial management feel simple instead of overwhelming. It's also important to remember that your budget should change as your life changes, because getting married, having children, changing careers, moving to a new city, or receiving a promotion all require adjustments to your financial plan. A budget isn't something you create once and follow forever. It's a living system that should evolve alongside your goals, responsibilities, and income as your life continues moving forward. Another powerful habit is giving every raise a purpose before it arrives, because many people immediately increase their lifestyle every time they earn more money, while financially successful people automatically direct part of every raise toward investing, debt repayment, or long-term savings. This simple habit prevents lifestyle inflation from quietly consuming every salary increase and allows your wealth to grow much faster than your monthly expenses. Remember, budgeting isn't about restricting your freedom, it's about creating more freedom by making sure your money supports the life you actually want instead of controlling every decision you make. The people who consistently build wealth aren't those with the most complicated financial plans, they're the ones with simple systems they can realistically follow year after year without feeling overwhelmed. Imagine reaching the end of every month knowing exactly where your money went, watching your savings grow automatically, your investments steadily increase, and your financial stress gradually disappear because your system is finally working for you instead of against you. That's what successful budgeting really looks like. Not perfection, not deprivation, and not endless spreadsheets, but a simple plan that helps you spend with confidence, save consistently, and build wealth without making money the center of your life. Stop chasing the perfect budget because it doesn't exist. Instead, build a financial system that's flexible, realistic, and easy enough to follow even when life becomes busy or unpredictable. If you found today's video valuable, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on notifications, because every week we share practical financial strategies that help ordinary people take control of their money, build lasting wealth, and achieve financial freedom one smart decision at a time.